Hey friends, Mrs. Hoffer here to continue working on this week's math lessons with you. Let's get started. Friends, the goals of today's lesson are that you will know that we trade coins or money for goods and services. You'll understand that a dime is money or a coin that is equal to 10 cents, and you'll be able to recognize key features of a dime. Friends, in our learning goal today, we heard that we are going to be learning all the important key features and characteristics of a dime. So, Keeble Cubs, take a guess. What coin do you think we see right here on our screen? That's right, friends. This is a dime. Good job. So, previously in this week, we have learned about a penny, which is small, copper in color, and equals 1 cent. We learned about a nickel, which is medium in size, silver in color, and equals 5 cents. Today, we are going to be learning all about the dime. The dime, Keeble Cubs, is 10 whole cents of $1. So the penny is 1, the nickel is 5, but the dime is 10 whole cents. What is so surprising about a dime is that even though it is more money than a penny and a nickel, it is the smallest of the coins. So it is silver in color, just like a nickel, and it has two sides to the coin, a heads up side and a tails or bottom side, just like any coin. But it's really easy to recognize if it's a dime, Keeble Cubs, if it is a silver coin, because the smallest silver coin is a dime. There are also other really important key features and characteristics that we can look at on a dime that help us recognize that it in itself is the 10-cent coin. The dime. Friends, just like in any coin, like I just said, the dime has two faces. So a heads up, the front side or the front face, or the tail side, the back side, or the back face. On the front side, just like with a penny or a nickel, which we learned about earlier in this week, the dime has a face of a previous United States president. Here, right here on the heads up side of the 10-cent coin, which is equal to one dime, we see the head of the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt. So, President Roosevelt is the president on the United States dime, Keeble Cubs. On the bottom right side, just like we see with other coins, we see the date that the dime was created. It says 1976. So we know that the US Mint, the place that creates the money for our country, produced or released this coin to the public in the year 1976. On the back side of the dime, Keeble Cubs, or the tail side, unlike a penny which says 1 cent or a nickel that says 5 cents, we see that it says one dime. So it doesn't say 10 cents, it says one dime. So it's important to know that a dime means 10 cents on our own. It's not going to say 10 cents. So we need to know and recognize that this is the smallest silver coin. It has President Roosevelt on the front. It is a dime. Another feature on the back that is important are the three different really important symbols to the United States. Right here, we see the olive branch, which is representative of peace, Keeble Cubs. In the middle, we see a torch, which is supposed to represent liberty. And on the right side, right here, we see the oak branch. And Keeble Cubs, the oak branch is supposed to represent strength and independence. So the two different branches, the olive and oak branch and the torch, are what we see on the bottom side or the tail side of a dime, a 10-cent coin.
Friends, while we just reviewed in this slideshow some features that you should know about the dime, such as that it's small and silver, that you should understand that a dime is equal to 10 cents of a dollars. We're also going to show you in person, I'm going to show you some real dimes in comparison to a nickel and a penny. So you can also be able to recognize these key features when you see the actual dime itself in real life. So Cubicle Cubs, this is a real life dime. Right here we see a picture of the heads side up, friends, which is featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt. And remember, the heads up is always a United States president. On the back side of the dime, we see the olive branch for peace, the torch for liberty, and the oak tree for strength and independence. And again, we see that it says 1 dime under here. So it doesn't say the actual amount of money it costs. So we just need to know that it is 10 cents. Just like we need to know, let's say if I were to draw just a circle, a little sketch, a 10 cent right here, and then 10, and then the cent sign right here. Because this little circle, which is the shape of a coin, says 10 and a cent sign in the middle, we would know that this is a dime because it says 10 cents. It's not silver. We can't really judge the size of it, and we can't see Franklin D. Roosevelt. We can't see the torches or any of the different types of trees on it, but it does say 10 cents, and that is the most important feature of a dime, is the amount of money that it is worth. So we know if we saw anything that said the 10 cent on top of it, that would be a dime. Just like we know that when it says a dime at the bottom, 1 dime, although it doesn't say 10 cents, we know that 1 dime is equal to 10 cents, Cubicle Cubs. Now, let's compare it to a nickel and a penny. Cubicle Cubs, remind me, is a dime supposed to be small in size or larger in size than other coins? That's right, friends. We learned that it was smaller in size. So I put a nickel right here, which is the 5-cent coin. A nickel right here. Let's move this down. So we have a nickel right here, the dime still right here, and a penny right here. I'm going to put them all head side up. So we have them all head side up. And what are some key characteristics that, for example, tell us the difference of a dime versus a penny and a nickel? Well, for example, the dime we can tell is different than a penny while they are closer in size because 1, a dime is just a little bit smaller than a penny. 2, it is silver while the penny is copper. 3, they have different presidents on the front. So this is President Roosevelt and this is President Lincoln. And also because it says, if you go to the back, it says 1 cent. And this says, turn it the right side up, it says 1 dime. Well, although it doesn't say 1 dime doesn't say 10 cents, we know that a dime is equal to 10 cents. So this can't be a dime, not only because it has a different president and it's copper in color, it can't be a dime because it says 1 cent. And 1 cent is a penny. 10 cents is a dime. We can tell the difference between a nickel and a dime, which are a little bit harder to tell the difference between because, of course, they're both silver. We can tell the difference mostly because of their size. So a nickel, although it's 5 cents and a dime is 10 cents, so it's less money, it's almost twice the size. So because we know it's a lot bigger, that's one indication that it's a nickel. We also know that President Lincoln is who is in front of the nickel, and President Roosevelt is who is in front of the dime. So that is another thing that tells us that this is the dime and this is the nickel. Another thing that lets us know that this is the dime, the 10-cent coin, is that this says 1 dime. The fact that it says dime on it right here, although it doesn't tell you the cents, it does tell you that it is a dime and tells you the name of the coin. Right here it says 5 cents. Well, it's bigger in size, and it says 5 cents. We know that a dime, what we're learning about today, is equal to 10 cents. So this couldn't be a dime because it's only 5 cents, Keeble Cubs.
All right, Cubicle Cubs, that's all the time we have for today. Keep up the fantastic work. I'll see you tomorrow.